Hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream here from Bucharest, from a very nice place, 𝗙𝗂𝗏 Park it's called. I am here, as you say, under a shadow of a very nice tree. I don't know if you can see it. And today we have a guide. I will talk to you about how to let go gradually of stress. I will explain to you stress in a gradual way, and the cases existentially or spiritually, the different basic cases that the stress appears, and what can we do? What is the main essence that keeps the stress there, and what can we do to let go of this stress? Because today we are focusing on how to let go of stress. What are the reasons that we are attached, or that the stress is kept there and we cannot get rid of it? Okay. So, I'm very happy to meet you. If you will be watching this now live, in the live stream here in Facebook, put a like. You can ask your questions down in the comments. You can write from where you are watching us to help the algorithm a little bit to grow. If you are watching this video in a replay, write replay please, and write from where you are watching this replay. Also, I started posting these videos on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. If you will see it in YouTube, you can write in the comments your questions, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us also spread through the YouTube the knowledge. Yes, because this knowledge is very key, important for our well-being, to know how to navigate in life, and they are the tools that we need to achieve everything. This is spiritual knowledge that I gathered for a long time. So let's start from the beginning. The first reason, like we are stressed, is when we are in the underworld, as it is explained in shamanism. So we are in the underworld when problems start hitting us. So our normal everyday life is stopped suddenly by some problematic situation. Somebody attacks you, something breaks, you lose the airplane, and it appears a problem. Of course, the problem itself, the external source, does not create the suffering, but it can be the reason, usually, why we fall in the underworld. And what is the underworld? The underworld is the place of suffering. So it is usually, this difficult situation that we have to deal with. Okay. Now, this is like the most difficult scenario. Okay, you have a problem and you have to deal with it. The problem can be small or it can be very big. In this worst scenario, in more difficult scenario, also there are different ways or levels to deal. You can deal with these scenarios in the right way or in the wrong way. And according to the way you deal with it, you have more or less stress. Okay, so the worst case, in the worst case, is the problem appear and you just start crying, in quotations. Okay, you just start suffering, and that's all. It's like the typical situation that you cry, why this happens to me? And you just repeat this. And you are going deeper and deeper into the suffering and into the feeling of self-pity. And in this moment you feel so bad that you want to cry, to complain, to beat somebody. Maybe you will start calling people and complain, and you want to share your suffering with everybody, and everybody suffer with you, or to give you energy the other people and so on, and nobody wants to do this. And if you overdo this, people start getting sick and tired of you, and they start conflicting with others, and then you may become angry. These are very typical scenarios that happen to many people. And we start thinking, the problem is transferred to, you don't love me, you don't understand me because I have a problem, I need you, and instead of you helping me, you are telling me that I did something wrong, and so on. But the root of this problem is that the problem took you in the underworld, in the world of conflict, in the world of problems, and you fell there like a victim. And this is the worst thing that you can do. Okay, there, in this case, you are totally attached with the stress of dealing with reality, with your reality that you don't like, and it is like you become a victim, and you cannot let go of the stress at all. You are 100% identified with the negativity that you feel is happening to you. You are like in a victim role. And the like the key, or not the key, like the indicator that you are this is that you start complaining and you behave like a victim, and you try to accuse something or somebody for your circumstance. Okay. So the next thing you should be doing, the first thing that you should be doing instead is instead of like falling like a victim there and just cry and complain and like enter into why this happens to me, oh, and so on. Sorry, I see a message. Grateful always for your time and your effort to give us such questions. Thank you, 𝗓𝗨𝗪. I appreciate your message. So the second thing you can do is to not accept this victim mode and start doing something, like start fighting. You enter in the state of a shaman or in the state of a warrior, and you start dealing with the situation, okay, with the problem. You start doing something. You decide to become active, okay. And the moment you decide this, if you will decide this, it's a decision you have to make, because the problem is when something, a situation hits you, comes to your life, poop, it's like hitting you, you know, I don't know. You have a flat tire, and this just happened to you. Like the problem is just hit you. You got sick. The problem hits you. It's like this. Okay, this is the key there. It is very important to become able generally in your life to differentiate this moment. The key there, instead of falling into, oh my God, why this happens to me, and be scared and start reacting like a victim, to stop yourself and say, okay, I will fight it. I will do something. Okay, because this is the first, like you let go of one part of suffering and stress in this moment, and you take an active, positive role in your own circumstance. And you need to raise your energy in this moment, because to fight the situation, you need to raise your energy. Okay, and this already is the first letting go of stress. You let go of stress, like cuts you completely, and you say, no, I will fight you, I will deal with this. Of course, it is a possibility that by fighting with the problem will be solved. For example, something like the flat tire, yes, you decide, okay, I will change the tire, that's it. I will not now start kicking the tire and, you know, swearing in to my luck, but I will just change the tire, and that's all. And you know that maybe you don't want to do it, but in this moment you should not allow this heavy feeling that you would like, for example, not to have this situation because it's raining, because it's hot, because this or that. And you would prefer just to drive in your air conditioning car and so on. But, hello Andrea, nice to meet you here. But if you will not allow these thoughts to come to you, like why this happens to me now, I would like not to have to do this. But you just say, okay, I have this flat tire, I have to do it, and you do it, you will solve it. But there are other situations that maybe this is not enough. Okay, there are like some conflicts with somebody, for example. And if you decide maybe to not allow yourself to feel sorry for yourself, or to feel bad, and you do something more active, but maybe it's not enough, and these negative feelings will come back again and again, because it's more complex situation. In this case, after fighting a lot and doing whatever you can, you have to go a little bit deeper, and you have to start bringing out the different situations that happen inside of you, and allowing your feelings to surface, all your feelings, because probably you cannot solve it, because there is like there is like a group of feelings and group of things like conditioning in your mind that keep you in a kind of dead end. and you feel the situation is like a dead end, meaning that you cannot solve it. Okay, this is the feeling, and this is why you are stressed. So you keep your energy higher, I don't know, maybe you went out, you screamed, you did some exercise, you tried to do something else, you continued your work, or you did some exercises, and still it comes back, the problem. It comes back and it wants to, like, it's deeper, like it penetrates deeper. Okay, so the next level is to allow this problem and to not try to escape it by fighting, because you cannot escape it by fighting, although you kept your energy high, so it is better than to be a victim and just cry, as we said. The next step is to, like, open this problem, open the situation, like you are opening, I don't know, the map, and try to observe one by one what actually is happening. It's a kind of analysis, but this analysis should not happen just in an angry inner dialogue, but as a scientist. You should take some time. You can say, okay, for 1 hour now I will take some time and I will seriously relax and concentrate and try to go deeper. It's the inquiry that they call in shamanism and in other traditions. A small inner journey, an inquiry, or a confession that we do in the underworld to the spirits, like to take out of you the unconscious inner dialogue that it is connected, in order to see the different complex connections that appear in your mind. For example, you may be feeling like a victim, also you may have suppressed anger, also the other person may be, I don't know, not doing something good to you, but you are afraid to have a conflict, so you can see, oh, I have a fear that he will reject me if I will say something. So you have to see all the different types of programs and complex and fears that are connected with this situation that make it for you as a dead end. If you do this enough, it may happen that you realize something suddenly out of this, and you say, oh, this is like the actual problem usually is not the external situation, that there's something deeper that you have to see, and maybe you will see it, and you will relax, you will go and solve it with your actions, with your behavior. And maybe you have to confront this person. Maybe you will have to go to ask sorry for this person. Maybe you have to make a deal with this person. And when I say this person, this is just an example. It can be anything, right? So you need to bring out and a little bit look at the situation and analyze it a bit, but not too much intellectually, okay? You need to do it as a meditation. And if this is not enough, although you understood many things, you go, like you focus on this problem and you contemplate with this problem and you allow to see the different thoughts and feelings that you have, so you allow them to surface, so you see them, and still this is not enough, then you need to go to do the next step. You need to actually make a prayer or a meditation to go to a deep trance, yes, and to allow some other power higher than you in a state of meditation to help you to take this out, to come and show you, and you need to allow life to help you by you going in a deeper state of consciousness through some spiritual practice and allowing some higher power to intervene in your life and in your situation, in your problem, and into your being. This usually is done in a deep trance, with a meditation, with a deep prayer, or with a spiritual practice that you will dedicate some period of time. You can go for a pilgrimage, you can do something like this, so that you open yourself for the higher power to help you. So this is the first case, all these actions, these are gradual steps how to let go of the stress. Yes? The worst is victim, you are 100 identified %. Then it is to fight with it, to enter in the state of the warrior, to not be, this is like the antidote for the victim. The third is to make a contemplation and allow your thoughts and feelings to surface so that you can see them. It is a contemplation, it is a confession, and so on. And the third is a deeper spiritual practice, to let go totally of yourself and allow a higher power to help you. This is the right way to let go of the stress, because the stress is the attachment with the situation. Okay, the situation is negative, we are attached with our previous flow of life and we cannot accept that now this something hit us. Okay. But there is another possibility to have stress from another reason, not because there is a problem. The other reason is when life externally is changing and you need to shift and adapt to new situations in your life. So, I don't know. It happens that, let's say, you fall in love and now you have a relationship. And now your partner, for example, has a special way of life and you have to change your life. Or anything else. Okay. For example, you lose your job and you need to adapt in a new external life. Now you have to do something else. Or you find a new job. Or many things happen. Yes? So when the external conditions of life change and we need to adapt externally our actions to be different and adapt to an external different way of life or lifestyle or doing, it can be positive even. For example, you can be given a better position in your company and now you have a lot of different responsibilities. You need to start traveling, for example, and so on. But in general, the point here is that you have to change the way you live externally. And if you don't want to do this, if you are not flexible enough and you want to keep your old habits, then this creates stress. And in these cases, people are stressed because they have to change their life. What you have to do is to be very clear that if your life changed and you accepted this, you have to accept also you to change together with the external change, because this is not possible that you accept, let's say, the new position or the new relationship and you will keep the old way of living 100%. It's not happening like this. And this is a point that many people don't understand. They are attached to their previous way of living, the previous habits that they have, and this becomes the reason of stress. Okay, so in this moment you have to let go of you have to say goodbye to the old way, you have to let go of the old way and say, okay, now my life became different. Hello, new life, I embrace you. I embrace the new partner. If my partner tells me that he, let's say in this example, that he has now a new job and we have to maybe live in another country, and this is okay because I don't have a job here or his job is more important and I would like to be with him and I want to start a new life with this person, yes, you have to accept this and change yourself, because your life will be different. You have to accept that life can become different externally. Okay, and this is a reason that many times people struggle with. So, this is the solution there. Another thing, it is possible that you have stress because you cannot be enough creative or enough happy, let's say enough light in your environment. This happens when you take yourself very seriously. You think that you are a serious person and you are with people who are more free, let's say, and you cannot let go of your personality, of your ego. And you want to protect your ego, your self-importance, your self-image. And in these cases, let's say it can be, usually this happens in social interactions. You can go to some meeting, a party or in a gala or somewhere, and you start meeting new people, and you realize that these people, for example, they are more free than you in this environment, and you feel like you have a complex. You cannot communicate easily because you are used with a certain type of people or with your friends only or something like that, and you cannot shift easily your personality. And this becomes a reason of stress for a lot of people and anger, because they think that who they think they are, this is who they are actually. And this is one of the biggest mistakes. Okay, so the problem is our personality in these cases, and a fixed mindset, the fixed sense of self that we have, and usually this is connected with our self-importance. with our self-image. My self-image is I'm a coquette, so I cannot be like now so funny or so easygoing. Or my self-image that I'm a serious doctor, so I cannot, laugh with stupid jokes. Okay, but in the same time, other times in the hospital, you are making stupid jokes when you are operating in a patient, and you laugh there because the doctors can do this between them or something like that. Yes. So a big obstacle is the heavy personality, a very heavy identification with your self-image. Of course, this is not something that people can easily understand and let go of, but I'm telling you here, this is a reason of suffering and stress that many people pass. And if this kind of stress becomes very big, so you want to preserve your ideas, your belief system, your personality, and so on, and this can go very far away and even can become cancer. One of the reasons I believe, I don't want to play the doctor here, I'm not a doctor, so I don't say this from a medical point of view, but from a spiritual point of view. I believe, let's say like this, that one of the reasons that lead to the body to have cancer is this, the personality that we have. Okay, we cannot change, we cannot transform, we cannot become somebody else. It is connected with the previous one, but this is more inner. Okay, and usually we have a kind of serious, heavy personality that we cannot let go of, and this is the reason. So you need to take care of this. Usually in our school we deal this with shamanic healings and shamanic rituals, and you can get rid of this as a result of many years in the spiritual path. Like hammering your personalities from many points of view, seeing them for what they are, and see how limited any personality is. Also, the knowledge of spiritual theater here can help you. But the essence here is you need to let go of you being identified with one aspect or many aspects of your personality. Yes, these rigid personalities. And the next reason, and last I will tell you, that creates stress in us, which is the most difficult and the most deep of all, is when life shows us the truth and we cannot accept the truth. The truth can free you, as they say, but also if you cannot accept the truth, it becomes the biggest enemy. This is why they crucified Christ, and this is why spirituality is not still the main thing in the world, is because the true spirituality is not about some fantasies in other worlds, it's about accepting the truth of life, of yourself, the absolute truth. And for someone to do this, one needs to have this as his main goal in life. There are many people who come to me and tell me, I'm in this path, I want to learn the truth, I want to be with the truth. In order to do this, actually to learn the truth, you need to put this as the main desire and wish in your life. Not theoretically, not spiritually, but actually. So whatever you do, it does not matter. The most important for you is the truth. It should be like this. Only like this, you can have a chance to see the truth, the absolute truth. And this is why I'm quoting Christ again. This is why Christ was saying, if you want to follow me, he was representing the truth, you need to let go of everything else behind. So here and of course people could not do this, the majority of people, very few people could do that. To literally let everything else behind you and not care actually so much about anything else except the truth. And if you will arrive to actually care about the truth 100%, then the truth will come to you. But because we cannot do that, because we are attached with other things, with fantasies and our own stories in our head, we cannot accept the truth. We don't like the truth. We fight the truth, and this becomes a reason of very big stress many times in our life. And yeah, my advice here is to understand this. If you understand this, to start meditating and praying and asking more and more yourself to go towards the truth and to let go of everything that it is not the truth. It does not matter if you wish it or like it or not like it. Here the truth is unconditional, because the truth is only one and the lies are many. Okay, so you cannot be conditional with the truth. You cannot say, I want the truth, but don't touch my relationship, don't touch my child, don't touch my, my house, my profession, don't touch my personality. But if you don't touch all these things that I want them to be as I want them, then yes, I want the truth. But the truth is not something like you can own. The truth can own you. You can give yourself to the truth. The truth is not something that you will put in your pocket and it is yours. This cannot happen ever. So, I'm wrapping up this video, this live stream here. I guide you through the different reasons why stress is created spiritually, existentially, and what you should let go of in order to let go of stress at the same time. These are the reasons of stress. Problems, the external changes that we cannot cope with, the personality that we have and cannot be adapting to the environment with other people in our relationships, and our inability to accept the truth, and instead we would like things to be as we would like them to be. So these are the reasons that create the stress, and all this define the spiritual path. It's a path to get rid of all these obstacles and free yourself and to become free. Yes? Nirvana means freedom, absolute freedom. The opposite is stress. That's it. Thank you for being here. If you want to seriously find the peace and truth in yourself, you have to dedicate time and energy to your path, to your personal development, and learn and practice the deep truths, not some fantastic imaginary spiritual stuff that are in the market, but the actual existential things, not philosophies, not theories, simple direct things that will lead you to the truth. And if you want this, I'm glad to help you with this. I will put the links under the videos about our next events, about also the academy that we have online, the 𝗬𝗏 Academy, that now is finishing for the summer, and it will start again from September, and so on. So I welcome you to our school. I wish you to become able to fight with all these enemies and eliminate the stress. Here behind me is the very nice building. The people who live in Bucharest, they know it is the House of People. So I invite you to the House of Freedom, the House of People, and I will see you in the next week with another video. Until then, take care of yourself and stay hungry for knowledge and motivation. Love you. Bye-bye.